All right, what's going on, YouTubes? We got a brand new video. In this one, we're gonna be talking about AMC. For all my crypto viewers out there, this isn't really a crypto video. This is more so stock world related. It kind of ties into XRP because this is the same dude that's, trying to mess up XRP, say it's a security. You guys know the whole XRP bullshit fiasco. Gary Gensler is a rodent, bro. We do not like Gary, all right? And we're gonna hear his argument, about pretty much illegal short selling, as Liz is gonna bring up here. And the payment to order flow, and what's going on with that. We also got some big news over here. The Citadel hub in Chicago burnt down with all the information related to the AMC GameStop, related to all the documents that the Department of Justice needs for their investigation that they have now put on for illegal acts of short selling. Okay, the rabbit hole is really deep with this, guys. If you're not familiar with AMC on my channel, this is just kind of like an update video for it, but we're getting close to the MOASS, guys. Okay, the squeeze is coming. It's gonna be huge. Shout out to my girl Taria for sending me this. This is pretty recent. It's about a week and a half ago. So we're gonna watch this video first, and yeah, we're gonna pause this. So here we go.
More to talk about. I do want to quickly ask you about payment for order flow. This, of course, was an issue that came to the forefront during the meme stock craze a year ago, January. The question became, is it a conflict of interest? On the one hand, I do get that there are people who look at this situation and say, well, wait a minute, brokers are getting, are getting paid by market makers just so that individual investors can have free commission trades. On the one hand, it is helpful to the market, but is the answer to ban payment for order flow, Gary, or simply solidify disclosures so that investors can make their own decision about whether they want to pay a commission and not deal with a market maker?
Okay, so last time I paused the video, I just want to kind of give you a summary of what Liz is saying. She's saying, look, why don't traders have the opportunity to make their own decisions if they want payment to order flow, or if they just want to pay the commission fee, so then they know that they own the stock at what they bought it for. It doesn't have to go through the dark pool, and they know for sure 100% that this is what they're buying pretty much. Okay, and here's what Gary has to say to that.
So we're looking at the SEC as to how to facilitate and drive greater efficiency in this market so investors get a better deal.
So your argument to Liz is that we're not going to do that because we want the market to be more efficient. It's like, no, your job at the SEC is to make sure no fraudulent activities are happening. That should be your number one priority, not to have the market run at high speeds, okay? Pretty much his argument is if Usain Bolt took a bunch of steroids and then broke the world record again, and then they were just like, oh, hey, you Bolt, you used a lot of steroids this race, man. I don't think anyone's ever going to break this record. Good job, I'm glad you were efficient about it. We need to be more efficient. It's no, that's called cheating. You can't do that, okay? Even if, yeah, it might help you be quicker, you just can't, take a bunch of steroids, in this case, payment to order flow your way into a faster market. That's not logical. Do you guys see the problem with that? Okay,
Payment for order flow, as you mentioned, is a payment between a broker that a broker receives for your order flow, and there are inherent conflicts of interest there. We're looking at how we can ensure greater competition. When you place a market order in the U.S., a market order at a retail platform, well over 90% of those trades go straight to the dark market, to a wholesaler that bought that
dark market. Just said it.
Order flow rather than competing trade by trade. And that's what we're trying to think through under the authorities we have.
Oh, you want to know why they don't want you to compete trade by trade? Because then everyone would just pump up the meme stocks, and then his little buddies that he's in bed with at the hedge funds would lose all their money, and they can't dilute the shares to then try to get back their position that they are still underwater in. Okay, that's pretty much what's going on, but Gary is going to tell you, oh, we want a faster market. I hate Gary, with a burning passion, literally a tweak hatred for him. Is that it?
Sounds like there are a lot of open.
Yeah, so look at his little face. He's like, I fucking hate you, Gary. All right, now back to music, chill vibes. All right, we're gonna go talk about the whole fire shenanigan. Okay, this was probably a week before that video. This video was today, keep in mind. Okay, brand new. When I watched that, I was like, I need to talk about this, and I need to talk about this. Very sketchy stuff going on, okay? I actually bought more AMC after reading this and then listening to that. I was like, yeah, we need to buy more. The squeeze is coming closer than I thought. So, we're just going to kind of summarize this thread. I won't read it all, save you guys the reading. So, I'm just going to summarize it pretty much right here. Also, I'll leave the thread down if you want to read it below. I'd highly recommend reading it, okay? So, as a retail store manager, this guy's like, we had fire safety inspections, blah, blah, blah. All sprinkler heads had to be 18 feet for clearance from the highest, thing within the store. That makes sense. So the sprinkler control system, he's just talking about, how it needs to be inspected, how everything needs to be safe, there needs to be certain precautions. And then right here, he says, however, the roof in these buildings are rated for 56 minutes of UL ratings. Keep in mind, these are both rated much higher temps than burning pepper, okay? Or paper. This means that a massive fire would have been raging inside with sprinklers operational and running for at least an hour at overwhelming temperatures in order for the roof to collapse. That's a ton of response time for the firefighters, okay? Now, pretty much what he's saying is, how was this fire not put out, okay? The water systems should have been in place. But in the article about it, they were saying, some shelves tipped over and then messed up everything, all right? And it's like, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? And also another sketchy thing is, how come no one saw the fire raging for an hour? Okay, in order for the roof to collapse, the fire would have to be raging for over an hour. And if you're gonna tell me the fire was raging for an hour after the employees evacuated, and it's literally in Chicago, which is highly populated, no one's like, hey, there's a fire going on over there, maybe I should tell someone. All right, that's huge red flags for me. And then say if it wasn't raging for an hour, that means that it was tampered with and somebody, purposely tried to burn this building down. AKA the people trying to hide the information about the illegal short selling to get away from the DOJ. Because no one's trying to go to jail, baby. So, pretty much what he's saying right here, what I just told you, what was in the warehouse, it was documents for Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade. That means this warehouse contained financial documents of interest to the current DOJ investigation into 60 short hedge funds. 60. It's a lot, okay? And pretty much he's saying, why would they need backup documents if everything is electronic? That's the argument that they're bringing up. Like, oh, why would they need backup documents if it's all electronic? Well, with electronic, you could manipulate it and lie, dude. It's electronic. But with an actual paper document, it's set in stone, okay? And all the stuff set in stone is now burned. Oh, just randomly. Freak fire after, now that the DOJ is on their ass. Oh, a random fire that burned all the evidence. Like, do you know how sketchy that looks? It'd be like if a murderer was being under investigation for murder, and then they were like, hey, we found your murder weapon. And then he just burned it. And he was like, dude, that's crazy, man. I just burnt the stick I killed some girl with on accident. Like, oh, really? Oh, it's all good, bro. You're free to go. Don't worry about it. That doesn't look sketchy at all. Like, what? Dude, that's the logic we're in right now, all right? It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It really does. Very weird stuff going on. And this is pretty much saying, for the sprinkler heads going off for an hour long since the fire collapsed, that means the sprinklers are putting out 25 gallons per minute, okay? Now, we're going to do some quick math here. All right, 25 times 60 per minute, 1,500 gallons of water were put out in that office. But nah, the fire raged on and the ceiling burnt down, and then no one somehow called or said anything and told. Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. It does make a lot of sense, okay? Yeah. Okay, AMC is going to pump very soon. I believe the MOASS is coming. They can't hold down the price much longer. And, the dark pool shit just blows my mind. How they're able to just be like, yeah, it goes through a dark pool. you actually can't see the dark pool. You don't know what's going on in the dark pool, but we'll do everything for you, okay? So then you get a free commission. Like, oh, really? You're going to give me a free trade commission, but all you have to do is just, block me from viewing what's happening with my money and what's going on with my shares. Oh, okay, sounds like a good trade to me. Like, dude, that makes the stock market literally sound like a Ponzi scheme, bro. What is going on right now? Like, it blows my mind this is happening. I can't wrap my head around the state of the financial system, dude. We are in a weird time. That's why I took all my money out of stocks and put them in the crypto, except AMC. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all I wanted to mention. As you could see, there's some big problems with this. They're saying there is a dark pool, and in that dark pool, they could easily just dilute shares to make the price go up or down, control everything. They have control of everything in the dark pool. We can't see it, okay? That's all you need to know. All right, this won't be going on for much longer. I do believe the squeeze will come soon. I do believe the XRP lawsuit will come soon, and soon in my eyes is within this year. That's just my personal opinion. Again, not financial advice, but low-key, strong financial opinions, all right? That's pretty much all I wanted to mention. Shout out to Teria for giving me this. One of my coworkers, very nice lady. She knows what's good with this. And yeah, guys, stay up and have a good day.